Yes, hello. Thank you everyone for joining me. My name is Michael Smith, the National Consumer Education Manager of Janome Canada. And yes, it's wonderful to see you all for another Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour. Now you can see, I'm quite bundled up here. In fact, again, because of COVID restrictions, here in our office at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center, we now have to wear masks in the communal areas, public areas of the office. So, and Princess Leia, hello. When we're in our kitchen and out in the hallways and all that, we now have to wear masks. So maybe you all may have to too, depending on where you are. Again, everybody's restrictions are different. So this way, I can wear my Janome love in addition to share my Janome love. So it's got this fabulous Janome fabric. And yes, there is a nose piece here to pinch around your nose. I love these adjustable elastic ear straps. So then, yes, often I'm wearing the mask like this when I'm in my office. We can remove our masks when we're in our office. And here I'm in my classroom from the Janome Sewing and Learning Center. But then again, when I'm going to run out and eventually get some lunch after this, I can just do that and I'm good to go. So very convenient as well. So, hello, Janome America is here. My American Janome cousins, as I often say. So yes, you can order these fabulous Janome masks from your Janome dealer. And then, many of you commented how you love these Janome chairs, these beautiful arrow chairs. So now you can get a mask to match. Now, this cute little toque that I'm wearing as well could go over my ears and keep me nice and warm. It is getting colder out. We got some snow the other day. This is a clue to our fabulous Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour. So let me wave to everybody. Hello, hello. And let me flip this around so we could see, our Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour. What are we talking about today? Well, this is another clue. You may have seen Tanya's beautiful artwork on the Janome HQ Instagram page, but this quilt with a big checkerboard here in the middle and these borders, this yarn couching, very textural, all this beautiful AccuFill quilting and some embroidery. So yes, this is a clue. If we look very close, of course, I ran over my wires. If we look very close to how was this constructed, look. It is a quilt-as-you-go technique using the serger. So this whole quilt with the backing and the batting and the quilt top here. So I did even all this AccuFill quilting through the quilt and then put it all together using the serger. So how cool is that? And including even with the serger, we could use this yarn for yarn couching. So yes. And we'll learn all about all of those techniques if you write to me at classes@janome-canada.com, and I will put you on the mailing list. I have classes going on right now. The list is available at the Janome HQ Facebook page. It's pinned to the top there. But then for the new year, I'm developing some new classes. So soon that newsletter will go out and some of the techniques to construct this cute little, it's like an activity picnic blanket for the kids. And actually I made some big checker pieces for that checkerboard in the middle. So it's actually a functional quilt that you would lay down on the ground. But the kids could play checkers on it too. So how cool. So yes, for our, again, serger, that was all constructed on the serger. Oh, Cheryl. Oh, hello. You're just in time. I'm about to do the big reveal. With some more serger techniques to construct this beautiful hoodie, which I'll go into in a little bit. My messy classroom. What is our machine today? It is the fabulous AT2000D Air Thread Serger. So yes, AT stands for Air Thread Serger. So this is Janome's top of the line serger. We have many, many sergers, for every, skill level and every price point. This is top of the line. available in our warehouse. We do have these machines in stock, you know, a couple of times in the Janome HQ Magical Machine Mystery tour that I've alluded to. Yes, a lot of our machines are on back order, and, you know, Janome is desperately trying to fill the orders as quickly as they can. So some machines you may have to wait a little while, but this fabulous Air Thread Serger we do have stock of here in the warehouse here in Oakville at our Janome Sewing and Learning Center. So you are able to order one of these from your dealer. Wouldn't they make a great Christmas present? Oh, wouldn't you love this under your tree? Now, yes, it is our top of the line serger, but don't let that intimidate you in thinking, oh, it's so complicated. It really is not at all. And there are so many fun things you can do with your serger. For example, that picnic quilt I showed you. The serger is not just for finishing garments anymore. Although I might as well go back to this. Now, this hoodie, yes, I did construct on the serger. Not only to finish the raw edges of your fabric is typically what we would use a serger for. Again, they were developed for the garment industry, so if you look inside your clothing, you'll see this beautifully finished edges. All the raw edges are cut off and finished, so everything's beautiful. The fabric isn't going to ravel, but you can also construct. Oh, Grandma Craw, hello, hello. You can also construct garments, or again, your picnic blanket on your serger. And in fact, the little hat I'm wearing is, oh, let me flip around so everybody can see that. Ooh, my jaunty little toque here is out of this stretch velvet fabric, and this was made on the serger. The pom-pom, I must admit, out of this faux fur, I did sew by hand, but other than this whole little beanie was constructed on the serger in literally like 5 minutes. So easy, and especially with winter on the doorstep, you can't, you can never have too many hats. But again, with your serger, you can construct. So this was constructed entirely on the serger, and it finished the raw edge at the same time. And again, who said that your serger thread had to match your garment? I had a lot of this red thread, this beautiful Janome red serger thread, so I thought I might as well use the red serger thread, and then that's what made me choose, oh, I'm going to use a red zipper as well, and then, hey, I've got some red fabric, and that's going to be for the cuffs along the bottom edge and the sleeves. So again, it doesn't have to be just, matching your fabric at all. There's, when you're the designer, you can do whatever you want. So it's really amazing what you can do with your serger. So back to our AT2000D. So yes, you can finish your garments, but again, you can do so many other things with it. Now, it does come with a very good instruction manual. So yes, this will tell you, oh, and Paul is here. Hello, hello. This will tell you how to adjust all your serger. And, I have done a couple of Facebook Lives with Janome America through their Janome Sewing Machines page. Oh, they were way back, I think, in April and May. But again, if you go to the Janome America, the Janome Sewing Machines page on Facebook and use the search function, and you can find previous videos as well. I loaded those serger presentations on the Janome HQ YouTube channel. So I have a presentation all about using specialty threads on your serger, and I happen to be using the AT2000D serger. And I have another presentation that is about doing rolled hems and narrow rolled hems on your serger, featuring the AT2000D serger. So for more techniques on how to adjust your serger, you can go back to the Janome HQ YouTube channel, or again on the Janome Sewing Machines page. The fabulous Regina, who is the head of the education and new product development in Janome America, did a presentation all about, again, how to use your fabulous AT2000D serger. And a lot of those techniques you can adapt to other sergers as well. There is an instructional DVD, so that is always good to watch. And then so many little goodies to come with, which we'll get into. But the main thing is everybody wants to know, oh my gosh, this air thread, what's that all about? So I remove my very big chip cover, as they call it, or a collector, chip collector, where it's a big scrap bin. Now, I love that it fits here at the bottom of the serger, whereas in a lot of other sergers, it hangs up here from like the looper cover. So where this way, it's just, again, I got a little bit more room for my scraps to fall and collect before they get in my way. So it's just a little thing, but I like that. So when I open my cover here, ooh, it looks a little bit similar to normal sergers, but it looks a little different in here because of the air threading. Now, not to worry, all Janome sergers, and this one in particular, look at all those fabulous instructions here. So read your instruction manuals that will show you how to thread it all, but also if you don't have your manual handy, there is a little guide here if you forget. But it is very simple. If you do it a couple of times, you'll easily remember. The biggest thing with this Air Thread Serger, you leave yourself lots of thread and make a nice clean cut. I'm using these fabulous little mini duckling scissors. I've shown these a couple of times now on Janome HQ, and I absolutely love these. Now, even though technically I would use these for embroidery because of the offset handles and the little duck bill here lets me get down and trim the threads of my embroidery, you know, right close, and I'm not going to cut into my fabric. This is great for in the hoop applique, but I find I end up using these scissors all the time, again, just to trim my thread ends even. Your mini duckling scissors, again, they make a great Christmas present, but come in a blister pack available from your Janome dealer. And right now, if you go to the offers and promotions tab on our Janome Canada website, our janome.ca website, so no matter where you are in the world, I know we have a lot of US visitors, and we have a lot even from Australia, the UK, Ireland, no matter where you are in the world, you can go to janome.ca and download from the offers and promotions tab. Download, this is Tanya's drawing. Tanya, our parts, notions, and accessories coordinator, drew this adorable little mini duckling, and our fabulous Celine, educator from Montreal, digitized it. So now you can download this little mini duckling embroidery for free. So long as your embroidery machine, it's a Jeff file, so Janome embroidery file. And so long as your machine will read a Jeff file and you have a USB port in your embroidery machine, you can stitch these out. So they're so cute, again, to go with your mini duckling scissors. But yes, anytime that this air threading does not work, it is usually the operator error. Now, I like to use these tweezers that come included with the machine to really help get my thread down in this chamber. I'm now going to thread the lower looper, which is typically always the challenge for people, and they have to open the side cover here, and they got to crane their neck around and try to thread that lower looper. But now, very easily, just a couple of clicks of the machine. Again, there's more information in the manual on how easy this is, but now, just with a few clicks of the machine, then my lower looper should come out right here. Or no, should come out right here. That's my lower looper. That's my upper looper. So lower looper should come out right here. I don't want to get my hand in the way, and boom, there it is, done. Isn't that amazing? Now, maybe some of you have also watched the shopping channel. Our friend Jennifer Tryon, who does the shopping channel presentations for Janome, has also had this fabulous machine there. And again, it's so quick and easy to do, where it's like blink and you miss it. But then, not to worry, these presentations are going to be loaded in the IGTV icon of the Janome HQ Instagram page, so you can go back to watch them later. And as well, then I turn them into videos for the Janome HQ Facebook page. So, or sorry, for the YouTube channel. Oh, there's so many new, again, we developed this whole new social media for Janome HQ, our Janome headquarters here. So yes, we have Janome HQ Facebook, good resource for information, Janome HQ YouTube channel, more resource for information, Janome HQ Instagram for yet more information. So now I've got my upper looper here, threaded in the little chamber, and now it's going to come out right there after I prime this lever, and boom, look at all that. Oh my God, it's amazing. I hope you could see with black thread that it's like, oh, it's incredible. So that alone is reason to get this air thread. If you have been on the fence about, do I really need a serger? Oh, I'm intimidated to thread it. Oh, it's just so easy to do. And again, the only time that I've seen and I've experienced where it doesn't work is I haven't allowed myself enough thread, or this little dial, it needs to move. Like now when I'm threading my lower looper, I've got this little knob to my lower looper. If I'm threading my upper looper, I've got that knob to my upper looper. And that's it. So it's, again, operator error. Other than that, it works beautifully. We also have needle threaders. This is a 2, 3, and 4 thread serger. So it's very adaptable to whatever you want to do. So currently, right now, I have just my right needle in play, but I do have a left needle option as well. So I've got the lower looper, in order of appearance, lower looper, upper looper. This is my right needle, and this is my left needle. So I've got a total of 4 threads that I could use. So I've got a needle threader that will thread, maybe you can see there's an L and an R, so it can thread the right needle and the left needle. So I have never seen a serger with needle threaders before until we saw this fabulous AT2000D. Now, this was about, a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago that it came out, maybe 2, when I went to see the big reveal for this. It was all, cloak and dagger undercovers. And when we finally got to see this, the prototype of it, we all screamed like, 8-year-old girls, or at least some of us did. Because seeing this serger, it was such a big deal. Not only, again, with our air thread for our loopers, but the needle threads. There's just so many improvements in this serger. So again, it just makes serging so much easier, faster, that you spend less time threading and more time serging, which is the point. So that is great. Other improvements too that I really like, these integrated knobs. Normally there's 2 on the serger. One is for your differential feed and one is for your stitch length. So here they integrated them into the same location, but again, you can move them independently. So that's for differential feed. Usually it's set at a 1, and that's basically, consider it like a walking foot for your serger and how you're going to feed in your fabric if you need a little more to feed in or a little less to compensate for some stretch. Sometimes you want to purposely create more stretch. So your differential feed will help in that. And again, there's lots of information in your manual. And then this is stitch length here. And then now that I'm done with my threading, I can close that up. About the only time that we're going to open this side cover is when we need to oil the machine. And the machine does come with a little vial of oil, which is here. And again, full instructions in your manual. And I also did a serger maintenance Instagram live for the Janome Canada Instagram live page, but this is that presentation I've also recorded as a video for the Janome HQ YouTube channel. So you can go back and review some tips of maintaining your serger. So again, this little vial of oil. If you need more oil, though, for this and any other machine, your Janome Dealer has this fabulous Janome good quality sewing machine oil. And I love these telescoping applicators, so you can really get down where you need to. So that is great. And then also, again, some tools like your little brush, because yes, you will get a lot of lint with your serger, especially when you're trimming off the raw edge of the fabric. So your little brush and the screwdrivers and these cone adapters for your telescoping thread stand that's on the back of the serger. So these are great. You can use big cones of thread, or you can use, little cones. So there's like a big cone of our fabulous Aerolock Madeira thread that I love using. So again, these are also Madeira threads are available from your Janome dealer. Or then you can use the mini king spools, as we call. So these are great. And then you can even use, especially for your loopers, the part that goes around your fabric, use maybe some decorative threads. This is the Madeira metallic thread. So how beautiful that would look in your loopers when you really want to show something off. And these thread nets are included. So I love using the thread nets with any sort of specialty threads like this metallic or any kind of slippery threads. The thread nets help the delivery of your thread. So again, it's only going to come up the top. It's not going to puddle around the bottom of the spool or the cone at all. It's going to come right out the top using these thread nets. So these are included as well. And the spool caps. Now, when I use these smaller little spools of thread, I like inverting the spool cap. Normally it's on top of the thread like this, but I like to invert the spool cap and put it on the spool pin up higher. So that way my thread is on the spool pin, and that way it's not all the way down. So I don't have to worry about this thread wrapping around the spool pin. It's instead sitting up a little higher because of that thread cap. So it's inverted to use it for another purpose or another way. But that way that specialty thread feeds more easily too. Now, these I thought were very cool when you're going to use, some heavier threads. Like this floss, for example, is very beautiful. Again, your Janome dealer probably can order some of this floss. Then it is beautiful, a great decorative element. You see some of that's with some floss. And again, it's just a richer feel that this you would use for some decorative things you would do with your serger. This would make great on a rolled hem, for example, would be beautiful. So those heavier threads may not work so well in the air thread chamber, but included with the machine are looper threaders. Now, the cool thing about these wire looper threaders, they're also available in this little package for any serger. If you have, again, a heavier thread, a more finicky thread, you loop your thread through one end of the wire looper. Oops, where am I? There we are. And again, I demoed these in those Janome America on the Janome Sewing Machines page, those presentations I did. But again, they're on the Janome HQ YouTube channel. I have a playlist called Janome Serger School. And this is where the videos how to use these looper threaders is there. So you basically lasso your heavier thread, your floss, and then this little wire is what will go down in your air threading chamber. So again, there are times where that air thread won't work. This thread, this floss is a little heavy. So in case the air thread mechanism doesn't work with it, that's why these wire looper threaders are included. So then you would insert the wire down there instead, and it will come up all the way and be no problem at all. So that's really cool. And again, these little looper threaders are available separately too. So they're great for any serger, even if you don't have these air threading chambers, but it will allow you to help thread your loopers easier because that wire is so little. And then again, if you're using a heavier thread in your needle, then we also have the needle threaders too that you could use if your needle threader on the machine, if it is not going to work with that heavier thread. There are a pack of needles included, and even on your looper cover. Again, Janome thinks of everything. Or, sorry, on the machine body itself, not on the looper cover, but on the machine body itself, it says what needles you should use with your serger. So that's really a help. So again, you can order all the extra needles from your Janome Dealer, and it says exactly the needles to use. So that is fantastic. Readily available. And again, there's extra with your machine. They even include an extra, this is an upper knife, which is right down here. So they even include another, there's your upper knife right there, which again, now I've had a serger for 20 something years, and so far I've never had any trouble. If for whatever reason you needed to replace that upper knife, let's say that you were bad and you got some pins in the way and that upper knife became dull over time, then yes, they even include an extra one to replace it. And then even the little wrench, like, to replace it. So again, everything you need is here. And then, again, lots of instruction in the instruction manual and in the DVD. Now, like all Janome machines, no matter if it's an embroidery machine, a serger, sewing machine, they all start as a cast aluminum base. This is not the serger's aluminum base, but this as a cast aluminum base. All the serger, the skeleton, is cast aluminum. So again, very sturdy, very solid. It's not going to jump all over your table at high speeds. And again, then all the, pretty plastic parts are added to it. But the guts, the innards are all metal. So that's why Janome machines last so long. And with a little bit of care and maintenance, it's really amazing how long they really will last. And again, yes, as you can see, my serger's been working quite a lot lately. So again, it's nice to get the serger brush in there. But, there's, again, so much you can do with your serger. So what I'm going to do now is just very quickly, because again, time is my enemy. I'm going to just piece together with my 3-thread setup here. I'm going to quickly just serge these pieces together. One seam and then the other. Again, how quick and easy some of these projects can be. Now, again, I said this serger can be 4 threads, it can be 3 threads, or it can even be 2 threads. And I'll show you how easy it is to convert the serger and what that means. So here I'm quickly piecing together. So when we're talking about holiday projects, trying to get everything done on time. So here I'm just piecing together these 3 pieces, my toe, my heel, and the body. This is going to be a stocking that I am doing for our holiday decorating that I've talked about a couple of times on Janome HQ. And then if you follow our Janome HQ Facebook page, I've been doing some Facebook Lives and showing some of the holiday decorating ideas we're doing to decorate our office space, since we're not going out for our usual Christmas dinner because of COVID. So here's another of my scrappy stockings. So again, nothing goes to waste, but quickly constructed on the serger. So again, more of my scraps. So these are the fabrics we're using for our holiday decorating. So I'm making tablecloths or table runners, placemats, and a couple of other little projects. And again, all the scraps, nothing goes to waste. So the serger is a great item to use, not only for your finishing garments, but also here, just serge together very quickly some scraps to make a stocking. Now, where I got that stocking was our friends from Sew for Home. So type in your browser sew, S-E-W, 4, the number 4, home. And there is where I got my free stocking pattern. So you'll see more of those on the Janome HQ Facebook page. And things like, oh yes, for your little wreath there, I've got a wired ribbon. There's another wired ribbon that I made using the rolled hem on the serger and a wire, just regular floral wire that you get very inexpensively. Now I did use in order to make my own serger wire ribbon, I did use the cording foot that is an optional accessory. The wonderful thing about all Janome sergers, there are optional presser feet available. So just like our sewing machine, we've got optional presser feet for our serger. So this cording foot, for example, has a little bullseye to hold this cord in. So while I do my rolled hem to make my wired ribbon, it's all held in place beautifully. Or we've got another cording foot here that I could use a thicker cord, like this beautiful yarn. So I could attach that. Or then again, we even have, a cloth guide that we could attach to the serger very easily. So there's so many accessories as well. Or this, beading foot. And this is what I use to couch the yarn on for that picnic blanket. Instead of a row of beads, then I used the yarn. So I couched the yarn on using the beading foot, and all the looper threads, catch the yarn. So very cool. And again, so much you can do with the serger. But to see then, so that's my 3-thread. But now if I wanted to have a 4-thread, then I would add my left needle, and I would have like my other spool of thread in play. So far, this isn't. But if I had my 4-thread, then it would be there. And then that's what I used to construct my hoodie, was 4 threads. And then now we're down to 3, but then very easily to convert to a 2-thread, a very narrow rolled hem, for example, I would clip my upper looper thread here, and I would take this very handy tool that comes with your AT2000D. Part of it is a needle holder. So here's my left needle. So part of it holds my needle, so I can undo that little screw with the little screwdriver that comes with the machine, and then this helps me insert the needle, and then I would tighten up that screw. But the other end of it fits into this little hole here, and this is called a spreader, but I often think of it as a converter. But this spreader is attached here to the pin of the upper looper, and there's a little notch in the spreader, and it's going to plug that hole of the upper looper and trick it into thinking that it's threaded. And that's going to allow us to use 2 threads. We'll have 1 needle and just the lower looper in play. The upper looper won't be in play at all, but that spreader, which conveniently is already attached to the upper looper post here, once that spreader swings over and then clips into place, then again, it's going to trick the machine into thinking that it's threaded. So again, I demoed that for the Janome Sewing Machines Facebook video now that you can go back to review on their page, or Janome HQ. So more info on that. Now, some of our other sergers do have a spreader, but it's a separate piece that you would have to add to the post of the upper looper here. The convenience of the AT2000D is it already has it attached. So that's cool. And this little tool will help you move it over into place. But I wanted to show you some other cool adjustments before we go. Things like, if I wanted to retract this upper knife, I'll just open so you can see a little better. If I want to retract my upper knife, all I have to do, is turn that dial, and boom, it's down. I want to bring it back up again. I just turn it one more time. There, it's up. It's so simple. I didn't have to open up any more covers or anything. I didn't even have to open this one. I just did so you could see a little better. But also here again, when I want to switch over to a rolled hem, so simple. It goes from S to R. Done. And then here on the side of my stitch length, we have an R for a rolled hem, but there's also a 1. So I like actually going down to number 1. So that makes it an even tighter stitch. So that goes to rolled hem. And then here we've got this very cool, this is a pre-tensioner of the lower looper. So this is on standard right now, but I can click that over to tight. So that'll tighten up the upper, or the lower looper, sorry. That'll tighten up the lower looper. Now, I could also adjust my tensions up here, but by having that pre-tensioner, I don't need to adjust the tensions up here for my rolled hem. So that's all I need to do. And then boom, I've already adjusted the machine, how quickly and how easily. And again, if I wanted this to be even more narrow, then I would use that built-in spreader and clip my upper looper and use that spreader to plug the hole of that upper looper and then just use 2 threads. So there is my nice narrow little rolled hem. And again, how quick and easy to do. So rolled hems are great for, again, like napkins or any delicate fabric that you don't want to do a traditional rolled hem on the sewing machine. You can do a beautiful rolled hem on the serger. Now, what makes your rolled hem even better coverage is, this fabulous Madeira Aeroflock thread. It's kind of fuzzy, a little fuzzier than normal serger thread. It's wonderful coverage. It is polyester. So you might have heard the term woolly nylon before. This, I much prefer that this is woolly poly. This is polyester thread, but again, it's a little bit fuzzy, a little bit more texture. So that's Madeira Aeroflock thread. So it has more coverage. So that's great for a rolled hem. But any of our other Madeira Aerolock threads as well. In this beautiful case. I'll have to put it down here so you can see it all. So these are again available from your Janome dealer. That's just like candy to me. Look at that. All these beautiful neutrals that you would use. But, and we've got another thread pack as well. Again, could be available from your Janome dealer, or they could always order it for you if they don't happen to have these in stock. But there's 4 spools for your 4 thread serger, and then 4 different neutrals. But this Madeira Aerolock and Aeroflock, look, it comes in so many colors as well. So you can check with your Janome dealer about ordering some thread. So yes, that in a nutshell. I see my time is going by so quickly. But yes, that in, again, a really quick nutshell is your fabulous AT2000D serger and some fun little projects you can make very quickly using either what comes with the machine or things like, again, that cording foot is available separately. But again, check with your Janome dealer. If they don't have any in stock, they could always order it for you. And same with these, cute little mini duckling scissors. I know we've got a lot in our warehouse. So again, they are available. So you can check with them. So yes, if you need a little extra light while I'm panning out, how about a little daylight lamp? That's our slimline floor lamp, daylight lamp, which I love. I've actually shown it a few times on Janome HQ Instagram before. Tanya said it looks like a big lightsaber. So yes, you can see it's great with the big gooseneck. You can position it exactly where you need over your work area. So that is also a fabulous accessory. Again, great Christmas gift as well that you can order from your Janome dealer. So yes, let me flip this around and say thank you everyone for joining me. I know it's always so fast. There's so much I always want to show you all, but this is why, again, if you write me at classes@janome-canada.com, in the new year, I'm going to be doing some serger classes, project-based classes as well on how to make certain things, how to make even that hoodie, for example, or how to make that picnic blanket. You can certainly write me with ideas of things that you would like, how to get the most from your sewing machine, being of all kinds of sewing machines, sergers, cover hem, embroidery machines, whichever it is, all of our software, all of that. So anyway, to share their Janome love. So thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you all next Wednesday, I hope at 1 p.m. Eastern for another Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour. And again, be sure to hop over to the Janome HQ Facebook page to see some of the Facebook Lives that I've done for the, again, decorating that we've been doing for the holidays. So I will see you again very soon. Thank you. Bye.